country, and that's just kind of how it works. Today, I think I voted on 7 or 8 bills around data protection and privacy, and this is not a political statement by any means. Republicans and Democrats are both crafting policy around the protection of consumers and the human pieces of it, and I don't believe that we're at a place where we grasp the impact of what AI will have on our lives. I just don't believe we right now can see that far into the future, or how it has impacted the everyday person. Just unless you're a data scientist and you're a software engineer and you understand this stuff at that level, the everyday human doesn't understand how AI has impacted their lives. So you're going to see a lot of that's happening. But I can tell you this, and I'm tracking this stuff around the country. You're seeing a lot of public policy that is primarily focused on the protection of the minor. And so the likeliness of a minor, the accessibility of what sites minor can access, their data, and what does it mean to use or leverage or target them with their data. And so that, I believe that's where you're probably going to see ground, right, in the United States, and I'd love to hear the legal perspective down the road, but and we will continue to use that patchwork. That's a great way of looking at that quilting model of trying to solve for a larger solution. Sal, go ahead. What do you see in as trends? Where are we going, and what can we prepare for?
Honestly, some things have been the same, but the access is changing, right? Because we've gone through working with enterprises, the venture landscape, and so on. But really, the only thing you can't control with your business is timing, but the most important next thing you can control is the team, right? And we've been in the HR space and the gig economy space, and it was only a matter of time until, like David just said, that executives were ready to get a piece of that market and get into the market, and allow people to defy the odds and give them a competitive advantage. Just on this panel alone, if I didn't share this resource with people, I have an advantage just by having this network in my circle as advisors to work in my business, right? And most people just don't have access to those individuals, right? But a lot of executives, even if they are working at large enterprises, they can moonlight and come on and support your business because, one, it's low effort, high impact for them to support a lot of people at the stages where they've been, right? But oftentimes the biggest thing is getting access, and for business leaders, with how fast things change now, you really have to pivot and make those investments and invest in the best people you can afford, right? So I think right now, one thing that hasn't changed is that some people have had advantage, other people didn't, but now you have access through the gig economy, through executives going into these spaces, through technology, through AI, to defy the odds, to defy the statistics, and that really it comes down to your team. So I'd say just be forward thinking, see where you can invest in your human capital. Generative AI can't create robust strategies and pick these people's brains yet, right? The market that it dominated is where people thought it wouldn't, creativity. But when it comes to strategy and innovation, it's not there yet, right? Doesn't mean something can't do it eventually, but being able to connect to the right resources, and every day I see thousands of world-class executives looking for opportunities to have that kind of impact, and it's the fun stuff for us. Those complex, stressful problems people deal with are things we live for, right? And that's where we shine. So really, I think that the trend is more people are going to be getting into this market constantly, and we're looking for homes and places to get connected with. Like I said, they're similar to a surgeon. They get paid when they're using their hands, but they aren't on the sales side. They don't have maybe our communities and networks. So I think that's what they're going to be looking for. Businesses that have clear objectives, going from good to great. So I think really, like they said today, start at zero. Really think about where can you implement AI, where can you tap into leadership solutions, because you can do it across the world now. So I think it's something businesses should think about, and also investors now, they're expecting you to do a lot more with your money and stretch things thinner, for founders. They're expecting you guys to be way more innovative, even at the higher level. So that's kind of what we're saying.
Nathan, and then I'm going to set us up to close us out. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I'll close out with something that kind of echoes what everybody has been saying. And really it boils down to is stage relevant talent. I mean, that's the trend. That's been the trend forever. What I mean by stage relevant talent is a lot of times people try to build their dream and they don't realize that they don't need that yet, right? I need the best this, the most expensive that, and you overhire and overbuild and overdo things. But a lot of times you have to do is be real with the talent you are and understand as a business leader, do you even know what you need? and number two, what that person looks like. So create the ultimate org chart, and then in that org chart, you don't just pick the roles, but pick the personas of those roles at your current stage and where you will be 12, 18, and 24 months from now. Because what ends up happening is you have an honest conversation with your team, and you say, hey, my goal is to be a launch pad for your success, because in modern days, I'm not looking for legacy talent. I'm looking for the person that can get the highest amount of impact from the time that you have with me, and then I can push you to the next chapter. So if you really want a high growth business, you build stage relevant talent. If you're looking to be a small business and kind of stay where you are, and you hope that that business is gonna, be a legacy for you and keep, then you're gonna hire differently. But if you're looking for high growth, you're